What is up, everyone? It is Easter, so we're going to talk about Easter-friendly music, and that would be King Yosef, Pixel Grip, and Health, who just came through Seattle here a couple days ago. I think it was March 28th. So let's dive right in. I'm going to keep pointing at the corner of my room. King Yosef, you've heard me talk about him before. Tonight was an entirely different experience. Very, very positive experience, very engaging, heavy, aggressive. King Yosef brings a lot of variety to his own music in that there's some of the odd timing. You have some straightforward, like pounding industrial, and he has a pretty interesting energy on stage because he can move about quite a bit. The drummer's over there pounding away. The keyboardist slash guitarist slash backup vocalist has a lot of work to do in those three roles. So King Yosef is the main engager with the audience, and he did well. There were people who wanted to see him again, people who hadn't seen him before, and he's a great example of what a high-quality opener can do if they have the right sound setup, which I guess last time there's an issue with the sound staff or something. So this time at the Showbox Market in Seattle, much better setup. They sounded terrific. And again, high quality opening act. I'm sure, he'll start doing his own headlining stuff soon enough. But it really got the crowd fired up. The most thoroughly heavy act of the night, right? Health has heavy parts, but they also have light parts, melodic parts, all this. King Yosef was pretty just thoroughly heavy. So his full set from Seattle, the link is in the description or at the end of the video or wherever these things go these days. Definitely worth your watch. I think it was about 45 minutes. And it was great. So definitely an act to keep out for. We're going to move to Pixel Grip. Kind of like a light industrial electronic dance kind of three-piece. Sometimes a four-piece because they do occasionally bring a gimp out. Right? You have vocalist, drummer, and then keyboardist. And again, this is one where the vocalist is the main engager for the show. The other two people are pretty stationary. Very kink and sexually friendly act, so you should know that, because if that is something that bothers you for whatever reason, you might be uncomfortable at the show. However, if you're a fan of the group, obviously you go there as that is something that is important to you, and I think it really adds to the show. It was reminiscent in some ways of maybe earlier Depeche Mode. Lots of leather in the crowd, chokers, lots of pets and subs and some doms, and it was really a great way to see those elements of culture live at a show in a friendly enough, safe enough environment if you're not comfortable going into some of the more hardcore stuff. So all that being said, Pixel Grip put on a very energetic show, very fun show, lots of dancing. The crowd was thoroughly enjoying themselves, and you could tell there was an element of the crowd that was there specifically for them. So it was a good placement to have this heavy opener to get the crowd kind of awake, and then this popular but lighter artist in the middle, right? So by this point, most people are there for the night. It was a sold-out show, and the crowd is feeling good. They've got their energy up. They've had some fun, and again, they played for 45 to an hour, and just a fun set. So catch Pixel Grip. The video is gonna, again, the link will be in the description or at the end of this rambling video. And then that brings us to Health. I'm newer to Health, right? Probably 6 to 8 months familiar with them, and a really interesting show. Good energy, right? Constant movement from the drummer, bass guitar or bass keyboard, guitar vocalist, lots of movement, kind of semi-dancing in a way, and the lighting for that show. This is a show probably the most hardcore lighting, lots of LED strobes and flashing and this and that. So if you are sensitive to that at all, you should know that. Bringing sunglasses for that set is perfectly fine. If you're going to do any filming with your camera like I did, there's probably a risk of damage to your camera. So you should know that. But the lighting itself was fantastic. So they played for about an hour, and it was beautiful. The lights were great. The sound was great. The energy was great. It was otherwise it was no frills though, so not a lot of like banter back and forth. Just pretty straightforward delivery of some of the favorites, and then from their Rat Wars, their newest album. Obviously, that was a fair amount of that was played. So it was a great sold out show. It was really well put together, both in the array of the artist and the alignment of the artist, or the lineup itself. And there was a ton of cool merch. I didn't really get a chance to look at any of it, but I did. There's some great stuff out there. So if you get a chance to catch them, you've got some extra money to spend, you're gonna get some cool stuff out of these artists. But all three of them are worth going to see. Overall, if you're looking for ratings, I would have given King Yosef about an 8, and I don't really ever give out 10s, so that's a pretty good 8 out of 10 there. Pixel Grip, they were a lot of fun for me. It'd be closer to a 7, just because it was a little bit lighter and not dancey like in a pop dance kind of way, just a little bit lighter than I would prefer. I would definitely go see them again, but my personal enjoyment of it was just, I like the heavier stuff, more aggressive stuff. And then Health, I give them about an 8 too. I think I wanted a different variety of their songs, although they do a lot of collaborations and you can't pull all these people to your shows, so I think that was part of it. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the lighting at the height that it was at made it kind of difficult to engage with. Definitely think I had a bit of a headache the next day. So different venues obviously will have different experience, but the lights at where we were at were kind of just eye level. I don't want them to necessarily change it because it was awesome, but anyway, so there's my quick review there. It was a great show, definitely worth the time and money. If you wanted something that was a little bit more engaging, I would have liked to have seen them in a smaller place, because I think we would have got more of that. I know with King Yosef's previous shows was a little bit more direct engagement, but smaller venue, less room in the barricade and all that stuff. So yeah, check the links below and check the little pop-up boxes here, and if you want to watch any of the footage, any of the full sets. Otherwise, I don't celebrate Easter, but if you are celebrating Easter, beware of zombie Jesus. And if there's a rabbit laying eggs, I'm sure there's something funny about them. But, what do I know? I'm not a rabbit expert. So, have a good day.